even though this particular fine is like 0.5% of their total revenue, so really not a big deal. But in the grand scheme of things, what the EU is doing is saying their Digital Markets Act, which really prevents the gatekeeper companies, and Meta is deemed as a gatekeeper along with Alphabet and Microsoft and Amazon and Apple. These companies can give preferential treatment to their services. So in this case, Meta was fined because they show you ads on Facebook Marketplace when people are browsing their social media platform. And one could argue, I mean, they do it because they have this marketplace, it fits well, it improves the user experience, but clearly EU doesn't want that to happen, especially with these gatekeeper platforms. And the same logic applies, with Apple giving preference to their Safari browser or their maps, or Alphabet giving preference to their maps or flights product. So that's the kind of really the focus that EU regulations have when it comes to these gatekeeper companies, and we'll probably see more fines in our view.
How many regulatory speed bumps are there out there for the digital ad business? It just seems to generate all this work for regulators.
I mean, there are two ways to look at it. One is clearly there are, so many kind of regulations that are focused on these companies, the ad businesses that generates, $150 billion plus in the case of Meta, in the case of Alphabet, over $200 billion. So clearly the focus is on the scale here. But the other side of it is it actually prevents more competition. Because why would an Oracle or some other tech company get into an ads business where you are at the risk of paying over $1 billion fines? Like, it's just not worth it anymore, because of the scale of fines. I mean, $840 million, it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot for a company that's generating over $150 billion in revenue. So that's where I do think it has an unintended consequence in terms of limiting competition. But at the same time, I mean, it's very clear what the EU wants to do is they want more third-party products. Apple can't just say, you have to use Safari browser. They want more choice screens. So that's the same concept that's applicable to all these gatekeeper companies.
I don't know. I was back in the day when Microsoft was getting fined by the European Union 25 years ago. How did that work out? I mean, Microsoft's a beast.
Yeah, well, all these companies have to make some remedies. That's what Microsoft did. Yep. Is you can't just bundle, Internet Explorer with everything and be able to get away with it. So I think there are some things that they can do on their own, but clearly when it comes to paying these fines, and the fines could range anywhere from, low single digit to high single digit of their global revenue. So in the case of Meta, the fines could be as big as $10 billion. I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps happening and EU thinks they're not in compliance. We're talking about potentially a $10 billion fine here.